Hello everyone, my name is Catherine and today I'm going to be making another artist trading card in the series that I'm doing using this shape as a cutout. There are going to be 12 of these because I have 12 of these shapes cut out. So far I have done 6. This is the 7th artist trading card in this series. Let's get right to it. I'm going to start by grabbing one of these. Actually, no. Rather than that, I'm going to start by taking one of these. And let's see. I used that color last time. I think I want to use this color this time. It's a little more, this one was more green, and I want to spray this one blue. So I'm going to, I'm not going to be able to spray it. Let's open it up and dip a paintbrush in there and paint it blue. Let's see, let's find a good paintbrush. Well, or at least the paintbrush that we want to use. Aha, here we go. A red paintbrush. Alright, picked up some ink and started laying it down. I'll move that out of the shadow so you'll be able to see it. There we go. And then I'm trying to brush it around in such a way as to create a sort of watery effect. Maybe, hopefully, kind of. Who knows? It could happen. Might not happen, but it could. So, it's getting pretty wet, which means it's taking longer to dry up because it's not soaking in as quickly. It wasn't really evaporating before. It was more soaking in, and it's not doing it as quickly any longer. Let's see if we can't get a sort of crescent shape on that going. And then toss a little more on here. All right, and that I think is pretty good. Let's take that and set it to the side to dry out a little bit and put this ink away. And dry up our workstation and grab a card and start creating the background on this. I think I want to use this background and this bit of scrap paper anyway, and you'll see why as soon as I've put it all together. It'll totally make sense, I promise. It'll make sense, I swear. Alright, and line it up to the edge. And grab my scissors and start a cutting. Reline it back up to the edge because I totally just moved it. And good, there we go. Okay, now let's take and glue this together with our handy dandy tacky glue, making sure we cover everything, especially in the corners, because those are the first thing that's likely to separate. And then all across the middle. There we are, and then set that aside for the moment and stick it down, lining it up as closely as possible, hopefully, sort of, kind of. There we go, and got a little bit of excess glue on there. Better to have too much glue than to not have enough. Just make sure everything stays lined up and just smooth it all, squish the glue out the edges. because that means that it's getting a nice even coat and all the spaces that I missed inside are getting covered, which is good. And wiggle it around just a little bit more to make sure that it's all even all the way around, and pull that up and clean the glue off of my workstation. Because of all the things I want on here, glue is probably not the best one, but that's why we put down wax paper. When we do get glue on things, it doesn't wreck anything. Okay, and then, that's still squishing out a little bit, that's fine. Then what we're going to do is we are going to take this and glue it down. So pop some glue on the back, just as we have done, making sure to spread it evenly and to all edges. There we go. There we are, and stick it down right there. Okay, stick that down, squish it really good, and set it aside for the moment. And then, you probably still can't tell what it's going to be at this point. It probably still doesn't look like much of anything. But this is where the cool part comes in. We're going to grab some shiny, coppery gold colored paper and just trim off a corner because we don't need that much, and it's easier to work with a smaller piece. Then we're going to take and cut a sort of rounded bit like that, and form it sort of like that, and then like, you'll see what it is when it's finished, but it probably doesn't look like much of anything yet. There we go. And then back in that way a little bit, and then like, can you tell what it is yet? Probably not. Like that, and then like that, and sort of like that, and kind of like that. And that turned out a bit chunkier than I wanted to, but that's all right. I can always trim it down. Aha! And now you can probably tell what it's going to end up being. But drop that for a second and go back up in, and like that. Closer to what we want. Okay. Then let's take this and make it pointier and thinner. There we are. And then I want it to be a fancy goldfish. So I'm going to take another piece of this off of here and give him a third tail fin. There we go. Which is going to stick out underneath, I think. Or maybe in between? I don't know. We shall see. What do you think? Like that or like that. I think like that. That's better. Okay. So take and put the tiniest, the itty bittiest bit of glue possible on the back of there. And then position the fish over the top of it the way that I want it to be. And like that. Go. And doing it as a separate piece like that gave it depth. That way it moves it to the back rather than all being on the same plane, if that makes sense. Then I'm going to take and put glue over the back of the whole goldfish. There we go. And then put the goldfish inside the bowl. And now it makes sense why we wanted the wood along here. It's a table or a dresser or a shelf. The goldfish is sitting pretty, living the high life in his bowl there. There we go. And then kind of just wiggle him around a little bit. And make sure everything's stuck down well. And then I'm going to grab a pen, the teeny tiniest pen, not really the teeny tiniest pen, a moderately sized pen. We'll grab a 0 watt and give him an eye, and a mouth, and some lines to his fins. There we go. And sort of like that. And then some gills maybe. And another fin right here. There we go, and he is a pretty goldfish. Let's also put a little rim on his bowl. And then grab our 03. There we go, there's our 03. And put a little message next to him. And I already know what message I want to write. So let's see if we can't work that out. Let's see. There we are. There we are. And now it says, Go Fish. And that is the 7th artist trading card in the series using this shape. If you haven't already, go back and watch the other ones because I'm using it different each time. And stick around to see the next 5 cards because I'm going to be using it in 5 more different ways. Remember to subscribe and leave a comment if you have something that you'd like to say or any suggestions about what I should do in the future. And I will see you guys all later. Bye!